Hello, humans. It's been a little over a year for me since I lost my fiance to suicide. And today I just have some thoughts or questions. I just wanted to talk about grief and navigating relationships, or more accurately, navigating through friendships post loss. Now, when I first lost my partner, as most of you would suspect or expect is probably the right word, a lot of people came to my rescue. Everyone just rushed in because they felt that I needed the most support. But very quickly, I realized in maybe a week and a half, a lot of people started pulling back because they needed to, return to their own life, right? I mean, they can't be expected to grieve at that level with me for, you know, a prolonged period of time. When it feels like for you, like this grief will be here forever. You can't function. But for other people, they need to get back to their normal life, right? And I think when I felt that support like pull back, that was really challenging for me because I felt that I was being abandoned in a way. I mean, I'm going from having my partner around to take care of me, help me through everything, to losing that other half of yourself that you feel so lost. I mean, I think I will do a video about your identity post loss. Yeah, I think I will do that, but that's a topic for another day. But coming back to friendships, it was very difficult to suddenly have all that support that you had in the first initial 2 weeks, maybe. People just showing up, like clockwork, and just staying over, getting you food, ferrying you here and there. And then suddenly you realize, like, hey, these people are starting to pull back, they're disappearing, and now I gotta like figure shit out on my own and stand on my own 2 feet. That was really difficult. And as time went on, there is always, I think, a line between whom are your friends and whom are your partner's friends. Of course, there are some that, the gap has been breached, right? So they are both your friends. But if you think about it, they initially started out like, say, your partner's friends. And what I experienced is that a lot of my partner's friends, as time went on, found it very difficult to deal with me. My assumption, of course, because I have not even spoken or cleared the air with these kind of friends, my assumption is that I was too great a reminder for them over what had happened. Every time they see me, they'll be reminded that, hey, they lost their friend left, and in such a, I mean, suicide is a very traumatic, very violent sort of way. And I was reminding them of that every time they saw me. And of course, I only wanted to talk about them. So they couldn't even forget or get a break from that kind of grief every time they saw me. And maybe it was just easier for them at that point in time to pull away because, I mean, we're going through a pandemic and they had their own shit to deal with as well, right? So maybe they could not handle, sorting their own life out, their own problems, and having to deal with a grieving me at a point in time and grieving their own loss of my partner, right? And I guess what also happened to me is that I suddenly felt that my eyes were open to the real characters of people post loss. I suddenly saw them for whom they really were. And it really made me wonder, number one, did I have blinkers on my entire life? Was I blind to it all this while? Did I not know better? And it makes you second guess your support system. People whom you thought were going to be there for you 110%, nowhere to be found. And yet, I think I would like to believe this is God. Sending people in unexpected ways, people whom I never thought would even give a shit about me, are right there next to me, helping me do the most mundane things. For example, coming over and helping me pack up my apartment because I had to move out, or just driving me and grabbing a meal with me, making sure that I ate and I didn't pass out. And that's the thing. You really never know what you're going to get and what to expect. They tell you that post losing a loved one, grief reorganizes your phone book. And that is so accurate. And at least it was for me. Very difficult though. Don't get me wrong. It is still very difficult. But my social circle after that reduced as well. Yeah. And the other thing that I struggle with, I mean, I love my friends, right? I love them with all my heart. And I want only the best for them. I want them to do well in life. I want happy and good things to happen to them. But when your life seems so bleak, it really takes a lot out of you to try to be happy for them. For example, I've had a couple of friends who had pregnancy announcements, or they were pregnant and are going to deliver their babies. They're kind of moving on with a new phase of life. And I'm happy for them. I'm so glad that they are doing well. But at the same time, I can't help but have that envy for what they have that I can't have. Like, I don't think I can be a mom. And seeing someone else like live my dream, that really, really sucks. And it's very difficult to be able to differentiate or draw a line between wanting to be happy for them and managing my grief, because all these emotions stems from there. It's painful to sit by the sidelines and watch what you can't have. Someone else has it. And the other thing I think I experience with my friendships post loss is how my tolerance has decreased so much. I get triggered really quickly. I hold them to very, very high standards. I'm not as understanding. And yeah, I mean, it's affected a lot of my friendships. I've had to close certain doors. I've had to burn certain bridges. I don't regret them, because at that point in time, I felt like I needed to do that to take care of myself, to ensure that I don't lose my mind and take care of my own mental health. But see, by doing so, I also have to grieve those friendships as well. It's sad. It upsets me as well to have to let go of people that have been in my life for years and years. And it's very unfortunate that things didn't work out, or they're not what I need in my life right now. I mean, that's not to say that I wouldn't reconnect with them like in the future, but at this moment in time, it's not something that I can manage or I need. So yeah, I was just wondering if anyone could relate to any of the things I was saying. It would be great to know, so I don't feel so alone and I don't feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah. Thanks for watching.